Hello, everyone. My name is Mare, and today we have an epically queer two shot for you today in the Queerz system. I'm going to make it short and sweet on my end and quickly hand it over to Diana, who is going to introduce themselves and the system as well as everyone else. Take it away.
I'm Diana. I am Super Dylan everywhere on the internet, if you know me from that. I'm really excited to be playing Queerz. This is going to be my first time GMing Queerz and playing it, and I'm very excited about that. If you have not yet checked out the Kickstarter is still live, ongoing right now. There are 13 days left in this. We've met our goal, but there are still a ton of stretch goals left over. Lots of contributing writers that are left to be unlocked, and fun stuff like that. So please go check out the Kickstarter, look through it, and see if you might be interested in funding it. So I would like to introduce all these wonderful people who are going to be playing with me. So I just saw that I'm labeled as everyone else. I really like that. Can we start with Danny?
Yeah. Hey, y'all. My name is Danny. You can find me all over the internet at Brutal Dan. I am your emotional support himbo and friendly local meatball. And today I'll be playing Bubba Wolf, who is actually Teddy Wolf's brother. And he's getting ready for his first drag show tonight.
That's the truth. B.
Hello. I am your non-binary busy bee. B Zelda on Twitter is at B_Zelda. And this fabulous evening, I'm joining you all as absolutely fabulous. Yes, I am, but you can call me Ab Fab.
Oh, Ab Fab, I love so much. Brandy?
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy Rose. You guys can find me on the internet at the Brandy Rose or at Cutest Patoot, like here on Twitch as my gamer tag. And today I will be playing Joy, Willie's cousin, Queerz Teal, and I cannot wait to dance the night away at the club.
Fantastic. Wally, my dearest?
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet, who will give you a crash course on Power Rangers before you get to play a Super Sentai TTRPG game on the internet. I will be playing Harvey M, who is just young, plucky. They're just excited to be here because they work their hardest at the theater, and they can't wait to meet the new people that show up.
And Meghan?
Hello, my name is Meghan, also known as Strawberry17 all over the internet, or Strawberry17 plays on Twitch. I will be playing Rayne, who's new to the group, full of a lot of energy and optimism, and just really happy to be here.
Fantastic. So that is our group. I'm really excited to get going. So let's just hop on in there. It is about the middle of the afternoon on a beautiful sunny day, and it is the beginning of Pride. You've already seen, like, around the neighborhood, some people are already sporting a little bit of, their flaggeries. People have, their pins out and their patches on their bags, and a couple people walking around wrapped in flags. But the real festivities start tonight. Tonight is going to be the first drag show, at least in this neighborhood, for Pride. And that means a lot to all of you because you are the biggest local drag family. So I think that that it's all in your hands. You are arriving at Club Ducky, where most of your drag performances take place. It's early, way earlier than the show's going to start, but because it's Pride, you're expecting a bigger audience, you're expecting a lot of crowds and stuff like that. Figure you might get here rehearse one last time, make sure everything's set to go. And you walk in and are greeted by Mama J. And Mama J opens the door, unlocks it early for you to let you in. They have a very extravagant glasses, actually not kind of unlike mine, very, very, statement glasses on. Big, gaudy jewelry, a frilly, kind of frumpy shirt, but she wears it well. Curly blonde hair and a very natural short beard that she's accentuated with just a tiny bit of glitter. And she opens the door, lets you in, locks it behind you, and kind of says, "Oh, you're all so motivated to make a good show for us tonight. It's nice to see you come in early."
Yeah, I mean, Mama, it's all about the tips.
Well, I like to think it's also because you're doing such a great job keeping us together as a family. But yes, of course, get your money.
And Bubba kind of waves from the corner. Hey, Mama. It's me, Bubba. Did you recognize me?
Bubba. And she just adjusts her glasses, even though that she sees fine. Those are fake. One of you definitely picked them up for her at the costume store. Bubba, you are getting so good at that. It's really improving, really.
Thanks, Mama.
Look at that wing liner, flawless.
I know, it's so sharp.
And Bubba kind of just looks down at the ground and he's like, well, with a drag mom like Ab Fab, I try to do my best.
Sharp to stab the eyes out of your enemies. That's what I always say.
You do say that a lot.
You can hug them too and hope that they'll, become a better person.
Yeah, absolutely. Fabulous.
And Harvey, are you going to show Rayne the ropes, I hope?
When she turns to look at Harvey, Harvey isn't there. It's like a dotted outline where Harvey would be at. But then a spotlight turns on and shines down on the stage, and Harvey just sitting there on the stage like, that's right. Months after months of suffering from it. Months after months of suffering of being the newbie in the troupe. Oh, yes. Every day I suffered your stings. I suffered your barbs. Oh, Harvey, your pirouette is the best as the other. Oh, Harvey, you can't walk and strut along the stage as everyone else. Well, no more. I earned my place. I am no longer the new person. Hi, Rayne.
Wait. I get to poke fun at you. What is your name again? Rayne?
Rayne, yeah. So I'm gonna have to be suffering from what I heard, and I'm just really excited about it. So take your punches.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Okay, here I go. You ready? And he runs over to Rayne.
We're not as mean as Harvey makes it out to be. This isn't HGTV. This is just a local.
I wasn't going to be mean. It's just that I haven't had a chance to do this to anyone yet. I thought I would never get my chance.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Of course you have your chance. Yes. Mentor away.
Okay. Rayne, what I'm about to say is not coming from a place of malice or anything. I mean, I respect you and love you because you're a new person of the family, and I welcome you with open hearts and minds and everything you do. And I'm certain you'll be fantastic. However, are those bangs or bongs?
They could be whatever they should be. Which is the cooler one? Let me know. I'm new here.
Absolutely vicious, dear. Vicious.
Was that
so
vicious. Joy is holding back while she's going over, because she's got choreo for tonight. She is laser focused in. She keeps throwing little side eye at Harvey. I know that those moves weren't as clean as I wanted them to be in the rehearsal. I don't know if you should be throwing any shade right now.
Well, I mean, I still have to practice a little bit. Oh, So, I mean, I was practicing. I was practicing really hard in the choreography. I was, but so Super Sentai 25th anniversary Battle Grid 4 was on TV last night, and I kind of stayed up to watch it. So maybe I didn't work on the choreography, but more I was working on my poses.
I mean, that's half of the battle.
That really is.
If your poses are good, sometimes they will forget the transitions. But you know, there's nobody expected to be here besides me for several hours. So you have room practice. Also, I think there's going to be more people here than I'm used to. I could also use some help rearranging things.
I don't lift heavy things, but if you need help still, I think Bubba's available.
And Bubba's already just like moving tables around and creating like a little barricade around Mama J.
Okay, Bubba, I want you to take a tag, but I don't have your character sheet up. And I should have it, but I don't. Because I think that was very helpful of you. And my instinct is to say you should take the tag very helpful, but what about, let's see. What about Mr. Fix It is your power tag for that. Yeah. So you start rearranging and making the space optimized for crowds to be in, space to move around, etc. And Mama is going to sit down and fan herself. The fan probably more for aesthetics than blowing any wind at all, and she is not as old as she is presenting herself either, so she's not really that winded, but she's really playing it very well.
It's all about the theatrics of it. So truly, she's doing the right thing.
What Harvey is instantly doing is that he does what his job is, like pretty much setting up the lights and the sound between like his dance choreography, and he's already run backstage, scrambled up into the rigging, like hooked himself up to the belt, helped himself up to the catwalk, and he's just doing this thing where he's just running back and forth across the rigging, making sure lighting is perfect. And every now and then he's like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and he jumps off the rigging, swings across, and lands on another rigging and pulls down some curtains to make everything look nice.
What do you look like when you do that? I'm curious.
Oh, what I look like. So what Harvey is doing as he's like just going back and forth, he will run across the rigging, adjust a light, and just do this. Like he'll move the spotlight around and be like, okay, and spotlight now, boom, and he will make a pose, and that's when he sets off one of like the tested like sound effects and special effects meant for the show, and it goes off right when he poses. He's like, all right, Q1 works, and he runs across the rigging, jumps down, he's like, wait for Q2, and he lands on the ground as a superhero pose and poses again, and more pyrotechnics and everything goes off behind him.
Okay, I think that I would like you to take the power up other Queerz tag for this, and here's why. I think that whole little scenario, like everybody was feeling, especially like, you know, Joy had questioned some of your knowledge of the choreography and everything, and Rayne is still super new and everything. So you'd pull off that sequence of events, and everybody's just like, oh, we have a show. We have a good show to put on tonight. And the confidence is going to kind of echo out into the rest of the family.
Nice. And, oh, can I add the power tag childlike wonder?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, you don't have to.
No, that's one of my
makes-
power tags too.
Yes.
That's why I just went ahead. It just works so well.
And Mama's watching and keeping her eye on Rayne. Just curiously, what is Rayne up to?
Rayne has a notepad and she's been taking notes this entire time, based off of everything that Harvey has been telling her. And it's a very confusing. It's not like it's like all over the place. It's like do this and then do that, but then don't do this. And so Rayne's just kind of like observing everything, but also just like sweating profusely. Like, I don't know if I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here.
What's Rayne's look like? Is Rayne like a drag queen, drag king, drag between?
I think Rayne is very newbie, like just fresh in the club. I don't even know if would it be fair to say that Rayne doesn't have that sorted out yet?
Sure, absolutely. In which case, at some point, Mama will kind of come up and like she pulls out, what are they called? A caboodle, like the big ass like caboodles. With like opening up, there's like different kinds of jewelry. There's like different kinds of like adhesives for like faux facial hair. There's like a jar of coffee grounds and like lash glue. There's all mess of stuff. And she's just gonna hand it to you and be like, just play. Just play and you can figure out what you like. There are no wrong answers.
Really?
Very seriously.
I definitely, and then she shows the notepad, and it says, like, this is wrong, that is wrong, and she's like,
wrong for Harvey
oh,
is not wrong for everybody.
Gotcha.
Yes, very,
Okay.
it's very personal. The persona that you choose.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to dig around and play a little bit and see what speaks to me.
Awesome. Okay, she's going to just back up and leave you to the mirror and just let you go.
Okay.
What's Ab Fab up to?
So he was kind of like watching the whole sitch that was going on with Rayne and Mama J.
Yes.
And after like seeing like the caboodle reveal, by the way, I've never heard that word in my entire life and I'm living for it.
I feel like I might have made it up, but I seriously think it is a real thing.
It's real now.
Okay.
So the caboodle was really impressive. And as Rayne's kind of like pulling out some items, Bab is gonna just like slide on over and she'll rest like an arm maybe on like, I'm picturing like a giant ass suitcase. Is that
it's like it opens and then there's like layers and they come out and there's
so like they're just gonna kind of lean on that and like open up like a pack of nails. So have you thought about what you're considering? Because I am a fantastic seamstress, so if you need anything made up on the spot, just holler.
Wow, really? That's so nice and considerate.
I mean, don't tell the other queens. They don't need to know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Secret's safe with me. I won't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm having so much trouble figuring this out, and maybe I'm overthinking it.
What do you want to wear? What makes you feel fabulous?
I like bright colors. I really love pink.
Perfect. How do you feel about the texture of tulle?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breathable.
So we've got some tulle. What kind of patterns do you like? Are we here for solid colors? We could go for bright pinks and blues.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe some yellow in there.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, I love
yellow.
Pink, light blue, and yellow. Those are like my colors.
Perfect. Now, are we thinking bodysuit? Do you want to be padded? Do you want to wear a
Ooh.
breastplate? What are we feeling?
I do like bodysuits. I spend a lot of time in the gym working on my squats, and I don't want them to go to waste. You know what I mean?
Fabulous. Could you spin for me?
Oh yes. And Rayne will do the most fabulous spin, and at the end of it, she'll throw up her hands, kind of like Sailor Moon, and just strike a pose.
You do. You strike that pose. And I think, sorry, what is your Twinkie camp?
Yes.
Is your player guide?
Yeah.
I think that you should get a sense of showmanship tag or a queer history tag, because I feel like you just kind of came into the scene a little bit and got a little of your first taste.
Nice.
What do you but definitely take that tag.
Okay.
You hear Bubba with like a chair over his head. It's like, that was almost better than Harvey.
You hear Harvey from above, like,
Shade.
what?
Bubba don't lie.
My poses are the best poses ever. I mean, your pose is fantastic. I mean, I really do enjoy how instead of like incorporating the traditional a drag queen pose, you decided to go with a very magical girls type twirl. And I saw that. It was beautiful. And you did a nice little lean back with the pose with the arm up in the air with the twirl. Fantastic. I'm not going to give you any notes because it was just beautiful.
Wow, this is the nicest you've ever been to me this whole time. I'm really going to take it all in and savor this moment. Thank you.
Oh, wait, am I not supposed to be nice anymore? I forgot.
Harvey, you're not the newbie anymore. Throw shade like your life depended on it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I can take it.
Okay, all right, ready? Okay. That was a great Sailor Moon pose, more like Sailor Stars, am I right? Because I mean, Sailor Stars wasn't that great. I mean, Sailor Stars was a great series, but it wasn't the best of the series. I mean, Sailor Moon are obviously.
Harvey,
yeah?
like we said, if you have to explain the burn, it's
right.
It could use some work.
Right.
You want it to be quippy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Okay. It's just really hard for me to be mean.
I know.
You say that, and yet you stand here in that outfit.
See, effortless. Didn't have to say another word after that.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, your hat's big.
Yes. Big. Is it not big enough?
No, it's not. It could be bigger.
Okay, I'm gonna go and think about that. And Bubba's gonna walk away.
Like Harvey's just like, oh my god.
Still a bit wordy, but not bad.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I wasn't.
Oh well.
I gotta apologize to them later.
Okay. Joy has been like watching all of this while like marking out choreography. She arrived already in full like dancer gear, like bodysuit leotard type situation. It is teal bedazzled from head to toe. And then all of her hair is tucked back into this like bedazzled swimmer's cap. Which took way too long to do, is very tight. And in like hour 8, she's going to get a migraine, but it's okay because it's worth it. It's worth it.
Sure. Of course.
It's worth it. The only thing missing is like makeup because she knows she's going to be practicing and she knows she's going to be teaching some moves and helping some people and she doesn't want to sweat it off before the show. You can sweat it off during the show.
Right. Very logical. Are there any, for your like rehearsing, is there any tags that you want to take for your character?
I think, let me see. So for the rehearsing tags, I'm thinking very much impressive acrobatics. Like she's stretching next to the stage because she was like, I'm going to let Harvey do what Harvey does. and with the pyrotechnics in the show, and she's like leaning on the stage. She's got like one leg behind her head, is like stretching it out, and waiting for Rayne to, mess with the caboodle, and leans over afterwards and goes, I can show you some basic moves if you want. And like one foot still fully behind her head.
Wow. Am I gonna learn how to put my foot? Like, do I have to? Wow. Rayne's just in awe as she was like going through all the stuff and then like, am I supposed to be that stretchy?
No. Oh no, honey, no.
Okay.
This is after years, and she like lowers the leg back down slowly, very carefully. So this is years and years of ballet, and
Wow.
don't worry, I can show you
That's-
some nice basic moves.
Basic. Yes. That's what Harvey keeps calling me. I'm good.
Oh.
I can do that.
You know what? Snaps for Harvey. Finally, a short read.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. It stung a little. I was like, ooh, ouch.
All right. Well, Joy is overjoyed to share dance with someone, and starts to just show some basic handwork. It's not full voguing. It's just what you can do as you warm up to actually voguing. And it's very much like doing it in front of Rayne and then being like, at your pace.
Okay.
If you're ever lost on stage,
Mm-hmm.
just plant yourself in that spot, start doing these.
Oh, this is so helpful. And Rayne just starts mimicking Joy and really like nailing those poses because she's done a lot of like her practicing her like Sailor Moon poses, and voguing is something that comes pretty natural. So she's feeling really, really confident and starting to settle in. Like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow,
Amazing.
that's better than Harvey.
Why am I being used as a benchmark? Like you hear him yelling from off stage because it just echoes throughout all of the stage area.
Don't worry, Harvey. It's just a basic move because I'm basic.
Rayne, honey, don't read yourself.
Okay, sorry.
At this time, Mama J's phone rings, which is an iPhone, but it rings like an old landline telephone. It has like that
Beautiful.
as the ringtone.
Wonderful.
And so she picks it up and yes. Oh. You know what? I'm not sure. Just one moment. And she covers the receiver, says, darlings, there's a newsman would like to, do a piece on our little drag family. And I was wondering, would you be amenable to letting them witness your rehearsal?
Yeah. Will there be cameras?
There will be.
Fabulous.
The tag Money Honey is coming into play, and Joy is just like absolutely anything to get more free like airtime for the dance studio.
Mhm.
This is big time, guys. This is huge. Should I tell my mom about this?
I think she'll see it.
Wow.
Yeah, and like everyone will see us. So we're gonna be on like all the local television networks. We'll be on the internet. Like people will show us on, maybe in some TikToks too.
We can
Maybe we'll go
also
viral?
pretend that like we're not going to go viral, or that there's not going to be camera crews here or anything like that too. Just another option to think about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bubba, are you comfortable with it? Because I can tell them no.
Oh, I'm comfortable. Looks around the room. Comfortable with? Yes.
And she goes back on the phone and says, I'm just so sorry. We're just terribly busy here. Why don't you come for the actual premiere of the show? It starts at 8. I will make sure you get discounted tickets for your big, super important newsman jobs. Thank you. And she hangs up. She says, "We need a little bit time to clean this up, and they'll be here later."
Was that shade towards Harvey again?
Uh,
And like you see Bubba's demeanor just like shift from like super scared to like back to reading Harvey.
Like Harvey's just sitting there like,
Is
Nice.
that right?
So you have a couple of hours to rehearse, to get ready. And as the day is going by, it's getting a little bit closer to call. Mama is going to call everybody up to run a dress rehearsal before we go on. It's a big night.
No, I'm ready. I mean, I don't know if Harvey will be, but I
I
know
am
everyone else
so
is.
ready. I am fantastic. I am ready. I just hope your huge hat doesn't block your eyes. Snap.
Ooh, was that supposed to hurt? I feel confused.
Have you seen these eyes?
See,
Rayne's first
Rayne-
shade.
And like he
Rayne
looks
did a
over at
very
Rayne. He's
good
like,
job.
Rain was
"Good
taking
job,
notes, so
Rayne.
she didn't even realize she subtly shaded Harvey. Oh my
Good
gosh,
job.
guys.
Good job, Rayne. Good job, Rayne.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
You're gonna fit right in.
Cool.
Joy is gluing more rhinestones to their face now that we are closer to the show.
Mhm.
Joy wants, when the lights hit her, for everyone to be a little bit like just caught off guard for like a minute and like blinking away sunspots.
Right,
blinded
absolutely. As soon as like
temporarily.
you stand on stage, like facing those lights, it's just like all over the place. So Mama's gonna dim the lights, and she sits front and center, like arms folded on a table. She's got a dirty martini, all dressed up, and sits back to enjoy the dress rehearsal. The lights dim and the music starts. What do we think this show like looks like? Who would be our like opener in this performance?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Well, Harvey, because Harvey really wants to like, this is his first performance where he's not the newbie, so he really wants to go all out with it.
Okay.
And his performance is this: it's lights are out on the stage, and a spotlight shines on a stool in the middle of the stage, just a simple stool.
Uh-huh.
Harvey steps out of the shadows, and he is looking like straight up Bowie right now, like wearing this skin tight like white bodysuit, like straight up Ziggy Stardust kind of style, where he has like a lightning bolt painted on his face, and he sits on the stool and he does a very soulful rendition of The Man Who Sold the World.
Nice.
And like he puts all of like this effort, all of like this character into it, like because like Harvey is the hyperactive super jolly kid, but he's like total opposite of just this somber like melodic song that he's singing. And I think he would also put on the tag power up the other queers, as he is trying to do his best to like really sell this and give them all a great opening act so they could feel inspired after his performance to do something even better and make the show the best show ever.
Okay, fantastic. So this is gonna be our first roll, I think. Go ahead and roll your 2d6 and then add one additional point for each of the power tags that you're applying to this. So you said the inspiring other queers.
Yeah.
One, I don't remember if you said another one, but
I think also for another one, I think would be actually no, that's the only. Oh no, I would say I believe in you.
Great. Okay, totally applies.
Okay, so I got a 4 and a 3. That's a 7 in total, plus 1. That's 8.
Great. Okay, so that is a mild success. So in this case, I think that you do absolutely inspire everybody else. You're the opener. You've taken the heat off of everyone. Probably Rayne, especially. It's like, oh, I don't have to go first. Yeah, yeah. So you totally took the edge off. You took the initiative. It's great and inspiring. One thing does need to go wrong, and I if you're comfortable, I can make it up, but I would leave it to you if you want to make up. What is something that doesn't quite go right?
His voice cracks a lot.
Okay. It is that's a bold choice to do a real sing-song number.
Because
So
because he normally does lip sync, but this is the first time he's doing an actual singing. So yeah, for the like it's not a lot, but like those long notes, you hear his voice crack.
gotcha. Okay. But overall, very graceful, very inspiring, and very pleasant to watch. And Mama gives a nice little golf clap, sips her martini, and waits for the next number. Who would come out after that?
I think there would be like a super long pause. And the lights turn on and nobody's there. And then you just kind of see Bubba shuffling in these like cowboy boots, just like shuffling onto the stage. And it's his first time in full drag, and he has this ball gown that doesn't just reaches to his calves, so it's a little bit too small, it's a little snug, but you see his little cowboy boots. He has this big Dolly Parton hair, and he shuffles right into the middle of the stage, and you just hear Blake Shelton's Honeybee start playing. And he starts lip syncing to Honeybee, but he's literally just standing there like this with the microphone. And at one point, he has some props. So he reaches into his dress and he pulls out these like little stuffed animals of like little knitted honeybees, and he like kind of throws it across the stage, but doesn't make eye contact, like doesn't look at Mama J or anything. And the song finishes, and he just tries to like shuffle off like really quick.
That's adorable. Please, do you want to add any tags? And once you decide which tags you want to add to that, we could roll your 2d6.
Yeah, I think I will add the big bear for sure, because
Yes, fitting.
Yeah. But I feel like he might have started crying because it was just like a very emotional song. So that might be a weakness tag of big softy. So they might kind of cancel each other out, but
Okay, all right, go ahead and roll. When you cry, Mama Jean, as she said, has not cried real tears since 1987, but she does do a gesture for your benefit, to show that she's feeling what you're putting out there.
yeah. So I rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay, so same thing. That is a mild success. So you actually really sell it. Maybe not despite the crime. Maybe that's actually part of it. It's part of what makes this sort of an emotional number. We're starting out 2 very emotional numbers in this drag show that we're starting with. But it's working, and the props kind of balance the feeling there, and they kind of bring a little levity and get a couple of like little laughs in between the real feelings. What would be a miss here, a complication for you that would not go quite the way that you wanted it?
Yeah, it would probably be just the delivery. Like there was just like zero confidence, not looking into the crowd, almost kind of standoffish, not moving around the stage at all. Like
Right.
he had practiced with Ab Fab, and he knew that, but he just, again, first time on stage, just huge stage fright.
Got it. Okay. Good, but Mama wisps away her non-existent tears and gives another golf clap for you. Who else would be coming on?
I feel like Rayne should probably go next, right? Because she's the newbie.
Yeah, right in the
Okay.
middle. Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Harvey 100% cheers really loud for Rayne because they are the newbie.
Mhm.
You are the loudest one in the
Big
room.
claps
I am the loudest person in
from
the room.
everywhere.
I am.
Okay. In the time that that Rayne had to go through the caboodle and sort out her outfit, and then would you say that Fab had some time to kind of sew together a bit of an outfit for Rayne?
I think so. That and a little bit of hot glue and hope.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. Like stitch witchery, the little iron-on stuff. I love that. Has anyone? Okay, oh, sorry. Rayne's just so nervous right now. She's on the side stage with like a brown paper bag, breathing in and out of it, and then she's like taking a moment. And she's like, "All right, it's my time," and she walks out on stage. And in a similar fashion to Harvey, because she learned this from them. The spotlight hits her, and she's in a like she's basically like the pan flag, but as a Sailor Scout. Full outfit, just looking really great. I think when the spotlight hits her, it's kind of like the Bo Burnham disco ball moment when he looks up and it lights up stuff.
Mhm.
And then Amoito Clover Z starts blasting and she starts dancing to Moon Pride because that's just like her favorite thing, which is the theme song to Sailor Moon. And she's just like jamming out. She's voguing. At one point, she tries like the foot thing that Joy showed her, but then it like she puts it down. She's like, no, that's not right. I'm not ready for that yet. But she's just like really feeling the crowd, feeling herself, feeling really like she kind of has a place on stage and is striking all of her poses, taking all of the knowledge that she's learned from everyone and just feeling really great about this being her first performance. And I rolled a 12.
Yeah.
You did.
Nice.
Wow, fantastic. So exactly as you described, everything you said, what you were feeling internally was being portrayed. 100%. So it's like if the feeling of like dancing in your apartment in front of your bathroom mirror, like to your favorite music from junior high, had a look, this would be it. It would be coming across so perfectly. And Mama Jean does not golf clap. She stands up and gives a standing clap bow gesture and is very pleased.
Yes. Whew. Thank you. And then Rayne runs off stage.
Well done. And Mama Jean takes her seat and awaits her next performer.
I think to lead off, Joy is now fully properly bedazzled. And then on the cheeks, the rhinestones on her cheeks are the non-binary flag and the lesbian flag in little glittery rhinestones. Her face is very stiff. There are no expressions to be had anymore, lest one fall off.
Mhm.
And in order to keep that like up, happy energy that like Rayne created in the room, she is going to be doing a very like technical, very Vogue heavy, and then in between also very old school pop and lock heavy routine to Chloe Bailey's Have Mercy, to bring us a little bit into the club energy
Yes.
again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good because we do need them to buy some drinks, as Mama J will say. All right, so what tags are you adding to this?
So I'm gonna add "Let's Get Physical" and I'm gonna add "Empowered by My Legacy," because like Willie, Joy learned to dance from their family that they grew up with. I think they grew up with the same grandparents, and the love of dance and the hard work and the skill and the honing your craft is something that was passed down and something that really gets to shine right now.
Perfect. Please roll.
So I rolled an 11 plus the 2 tags is 13.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So again, same thing. The show is just like getting more and more solid as we go. Exactly as you describe, you hit all your marks. Your movements are, like you've unlocked your muscle memories, all of those moves that you've practiced a million times. You no longer at this point have to think about them. They just flow through you. And who needs facial expressions? You are speaking with your turnout. You are conveying a message with your whole body. And Mama Jean lifts up her martini. She expected no less. She gives you that kind of course look to you, Joy. And now at this point we are getting into grand finale territory. So the lights are going to kind of shift. And what does it look like when Ab Fab comes onto the stage?
The light goes dim and, the music slows to a stop. And there's just the murmur of the crowd and the clinking of glasses. And then a spotlight, much like the beginning, shines on Ab Fab. They're holding on to the microphone and they look around the club and she's like, well, I think this night has been absolutely fabulous. And if you do agree, go ahead and raise your glass, take a drink.
Mama J raises that glass, of course.
Thank you, everybody. This turnout has been fabulous. We are incredibly grateful to be the first drag club to start off Pride Month. And I don't know if anybody here has heard of Pride Month or anything, but it's kind of a month where all the gays come out and play. So once again, if you are out here to play, raise a drink. And Ab Fab kind of does their bit to really get the crowd, lubed up.
It's working.
Say.
Mama Jean is getting a nice flush.
All right, everybody. Now, to end this on a high note, because I know all those other notes were just a little bit down here. So we're going to finish some things off with a little bit of Janelle Monáe. This is Make Me Feel. And then all the lights start to kind of flicker.
Yes.
And they are dancing. So what they're wearing is they have like the hat, their big Trixie makeup. The hat, of course, has glitter. They're wearing like this almost country yellow dress with like a giant base to it that must have like one of those plastic bits on the inside to hold it. And as the song is kind of getting going and they're lip syncing, they are not as brave as Harvey. They start to zip down the dress and out pops this beautiful like satin purple dress that has all these frills that kind of cascade down as the song picks up. And they've got these obnoxiously tall platform boots that are silver, and it's a whole look. It's dangerous to walk in, and they are killing it. Let me roll before I actually see who kills it.
Good. What tags will you add to this, do you think?
Yeah, could I add a born performer?
Yes, absolutely.
And haute couture?
Yes.
Yes. Feels right, so if it's 8 on the dice plus 2 for my tags.
Yep.
10.
Wow. Okay.
Fail.
All of you absolutely are nailing this. So we have a full success for our grand finale. So again, just as you said, and kind of because in the dress rehearsal portion of this, when you're doing your banter with the crowd, Mama J is definitely like doing the call and responses with you, and cheering. And when you do the dress reveal, Mama J does have a faux scandalized gasp, like, and Justin, and like clutches her very literal fake pearls that are around her neck. And she stands up, gives the final clap, the bow back to you all, and beckons you onto the stage. Come on, come on, come on. Look, my darlings, that was fantastic. Do everything exactly as you did it, and change nothing. You're perfect. At the end, after Ab does a repeat of that glorious performance, we're going to do a little kettle call around the club. Make sure everyone gets one last pass for tips. So just work it. You don't have to be in any sort of character. Just do whatever is going to make them, give you as much of their money as possible. At that point, the show's over and they're just going to be buying drinks anyway. So, just get what you can.
Wait, we gotta interact with people.
Well, not necessarily, Harvey. Have you ever seen, there was a girl here. She did this thing where she was like real nasty on purpose, and some people really likes that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. You gotta just find your thing.
That's always safe to do.
Oh, I don't know about insults for Harvey. I don't know if that's the move.
You could go for mysterious Harvey. How about that? Just
Mysterious?
silent type.
I guess I could try, but I mean that's kind
I
of.
thought Rayne was the newbie, just still carrying a chair somehow.
That's your emotional support chair. That's that chair. All right, the show's over. I got my chair.
Well, I guess I could. I could try being the mysterious one, or the silent one. I suppose. He's actually visibly looking like nervous that he has to. It looks like he's more comfortable with being on stage, but when it comes to talking, like walking through the crowd, it looks like he's more nervous about that. And I am adding the weakness tag inexperienced fighter.
Oh, sweet child.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Joy sidles up a little closer and goes, if you want, we can just hit them together, left, right. They won't know what hit them. She can't help but feel like a little bit like as if he was one of her students, and she's like, I have to.
Oh, yeah. I could work with you. That'd be great.
If I drop her, and she nudges him gently and is like, if I drop a rhinestone, just pick it up.
I can do that. And I'm adding the power tag natural sidekick.
I love that. That's perfect. Rayne, how did you feel? That was your first time, but I have to say you quite nailed it.
Slayed
I
the
mean,
house down.
Thank you so much. I've just grew up watching a lot of anime and playing a lot of video games, so I kind of just channeled that. It was really fun. I want to do it again.
Well, you're going to. So that's great. It's actually pretty common to draw inspiration from all kinds of media and the things that we enjoy into our performances. You will hear a lot of what the kids may call nerdy clips spliced in songs a lot. It's a thing.
Wow, that makes sense. I gotta find some more inspiration so I can keep changing it up every time. I don't know. I gotta think about this one.
But not tonight. Tonight you just do what you did. Next time you could change it.
Okay, yeah. Next time. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. And you look great.
Thank you.
All right. Dressing room is all yours. I'm just going to do the finishing touches before we open up. And she opens up the dressing room because at this point people are going to start to wander in, and you all know that it's part of the allure that you don't give it away until the show actually starts. So if you have a little bit of time in there, if there's anything that you want to brush up on or talk about before things start to kick up, just kind of leaving that
Joy
door
is
open.
gluing down extra just in case, because she did get a little sweaty. And she like looks over to Rayne and is like, Rayne, are you good with your makeup? Do you need any help?
I one of Rayne's eyebrows is a little bit off. So Rayne like turns around and like, maybe I'm having a little bit of a tough time right now.
Like, Joy grabs like a Q-tip and like some makeup remover and is like, okay, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna fix a few little things. Is that okay?
Oh, that would be so great. Thank you so much.
And then Joy is just like working on like redoing and making sure everything is symmetrical. And so you're just sitting there while like you are getting like wiped down and like gently poked with the Q-tip, and then like a new beauty blender just appears out of nowhere. Because this is a skin tight leotard. I don't know where those came from, but just like popped one out of the wrist, just like it's there and it's brand new and it's all clean, and it's just like making sure you don't have any shine and like contouring you. And then like it's kind of like this little like cartoon like montage where
Yeah.
it's just like this like absolute cloud of like, but it's
Yeah.
pink and sparkly, and then
Cloud
like
of setting
steps
powder.
away and is like, and you have a princess.
Yes.
And like I think at that moment when the reveal happens and Rayne looks in the mirror, she like rediscovers a new sense of self and strikes a pose. Again, you're just like, yes.
Yes. Fantastic.
So much better than Harvey.
I'm trying to put my boots on over here. You see Harvey struggling to put on his boots, and like he's like laying on his back, like chugging, trying to put them on. He's like,
Ooh.
hi. And he falls off the bench as he's trying to put it on.
And
Oh
you
my
see
goodness.
Teddy just carrying this chair, and he kind of steps over Harvey, and he brings this chair over to AbFab and sits it down. And after that quick read, his face kind of goes a little somber, and it is like, hey AbFab, can I talk to you about something?
If it's important, I suppose. And AbFab's just kind of like stuffing their dress back into the other dress to like set them back up for their dress reveal.
And Bubba's kind of helping AbFab out, and it's like, everybody looked so beautiful tonight, and I feel like I look beautiful up here. I think my hair looks good, but I just don't feel comfortable in this dress.
What do you
Uh,
not like about it?
It's it feels tight, and I like that it shows off my cowboy boots, but I just don't know if this is cohesive.
I mean, it really should be shorter. The weird thing where it's kind of touching the top of the boots, but not really. I don't get it.
Is that something that you could help me out with?
Do you promise to stand really still?
And Bubba just like stands straight up from the chair, lifts up the chair overhead, and is just like in this like statue pose up overhead.
Don't move. And much like Joy just kind of pulled out the beauty blender, some scissors, thread, needle, and a hot glue gun come out of their outfit, and they get to work.
Awesome. And I think after like the cloud of smoke disappears, you kind of see this like avant-garde, like it's still that same dress, but it's a little bit longer, and it has these kind of like these off asymmetrical suspenders across, and it just like looks very nice. And it makes Bubba feel a little more confident. You see him finally take like a big breath, and his tummy just kind of like jiggles out, and he's like, wow, this is what it's like to be beautiful.
This is what it's like to be absolutely fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Anytime, darling. Now don't tell the other girls that I've been nice.
I won't.
Harvey will go over to Rayne, and he'll like sit down on the bench. Hey Rayne, listen. I know you're the new person, and I know the new person and the former new person are supposed to be bitter rivals, but
Is that what's been happening?
well, that's what everyone is expecting us to be.
Oh, gotcha.
You're like I could totally see us being best friends because I like anime and you like anime and we have a lot of the same interests. I just want to talk about anime, but then everyone's gonna be like, oh, like Harvey, you're supposed to be snippy to Rayne, but no, you're really cool and I want to be your friend.
I thought we were friends.
Well, we are, but it's just really hard for me to be mean to people. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can help. Maybe there's certain things. Maybe I can write out some little quips that you can throw at me, and we just kind of cycle through them. And then it's a thing that you and I both know is our thing. Like that's like, you know,
That's
maybe
a
we'll
good
get you some
idea.
brownie points with the rest of the people. And then I'll just
Yeah.
kind of act like, ooh, got me good. And
Yeah, because
then
I really want to impress them, because like
yeah.
I mean, like they took me in and everything, and because so like in school I get bullied a lot, because for reasons. I mean, like I kind of stick out in the crowd at school.
I think you
So
stick out in the best way.
well, that's what they tell me here. That's what everyone tells me here, like that I stick out in the best possible way. But when I got here, like they told me like, just be yourself here, be the best person you can be here because everyone here will love you for that.
Mhm.
And you know what? You can do the same thing here too.
I kind of feel that this family that you guys got here, it's something really special.
Right.
And I'm so sorry to hear about people bullying you at school. I think people kind of are afraid when things are different because it's unfamiliar. But I don't think that's anything bad or anything to be ashamed of. I think you shine pretty bright. And anyone who's being a jerk to you, it's kind of their loss for not getting to know how special you are.
Thanks, Rayne. And
Mhm.
well, I have an idea because I mean, you
Oh.
like anime, I like anime. How about
Yes.
for our next performance, we can do like this whole we can do like a choreographed fight on the stage. We can throw in some special effects in it and everything. It'll be great.
I am trained in wushu and a little bit of Muay Thai. I would love to show that off. I didn't even think that would be something I could do. Actually, I didn't even know what I could do.
I always wanted to do it too. It's just that, like everyone likes to sing and dance, but no one wants to do what I wanted to do. And well, since you're here and I saw you do that, I mean, like, I was all like, oh man, I can totally do this now.
Yeah. Well, we got to do it. There's no doubt about it. We should start practicing.
Oh, we got to start practicing. And he pulls out this little notebook and starts writing down all of these choreography, like fight scenes for them to do.
I love that.
While they are practicing, Mama Jean, is Mama Jean a person? Why does that name keep coming into my head?
I was wondering that too. Like, should I know who that
Is that
every time? I want to
It's
see
like
it too.
an important name. I don't
it
know
feels
why.
like somebody real. But Mama J comes into the dressing room and has clearly another refilled beverage in her hand. I'm sorry to intrude on your dressing room time. But we do have a bit of a situation.
Are we out of vodka?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay, then it's
Fab.
fine.
Oh my goodness. I feel
Okay,
like I
don't scare me
wouldn't
like
order
that.
extra vodka for Pride Week. So no, it's just that some very irritating looking protesters have shown up. They look hideous and their outfits are very boring and drab and
Are they protesting our good clothing?
that's what I thought at first, but
Mhm.
no, of course not. They are blocking the entrance to the club, and a line is starting to form outside, but nobody wants to go past them because they are being absolutely obnoxious.
Ooh.
They are very ignorant, I'm
Ugh.
sad to say.
Don't like that.
No, I'm quite over it myself. But it is pride, and with pride sometimes comes a little bit of that as well.
What's the opposite of the word pride? Ignorance? No.
Shame.
Yeah. They're coming on over here with their shame, and I don't want any of it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. But as you know, I am just an old woman. And she puts on like a little bit of an old woman-y voice. You know that she's not that old.
Mama, Mama,
and-
you have got so much Botox, we'll never know what age you are.
and that's the way I intended it. But I cannot activate my Queerz powers anymore. You know this. But I do want you all to have the packed house that you deserve. So, how would you just be a group of deers and deal with it?
Mhm.
Pretty
Harvey
Oh,
is
you
like
got it,
in the
Mama.
background, just vibrating with excitement because this is his favorite part.
wait,
Well,
what are we about to do? Are we gonna go beat him up?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna educate him.
Oh,
now this
How?
isn't when I'm the leader. I think this is when Harvey. Are you ready to take the lead this time?
Yeah, I am. Oh boy, guys, this is the best part, guys. Okay. Oh, wait. Does Rayne know?
No way.
he doesn't know.
Oh,
Oh.
Rayne doesn't know, guys.
Well, then I guess we should demonstrate and help Rayne activate her fabulousness,
Oh,
her rainbow
yes.
powers.
And Mama sits down.
Okay, this is the best part, Rayne. And Harvey hops out onto the stage and okay, now when you activate your Queerz, you gotta look down deep inside of you and think of the passion that blows inside of you. Think of that overwhelming passion for tolerance, for goodness, to make sure people are welcome and feel safe in any place they walk into. And then that light will shine out in front of you and it will make you feel empowered.
like a Care Bear?
He does a pose like,
Yes.
and he's like, yeah, kind of like a Care Bear. And
Okay.
he does this grandiose pose where he holds his hand out. Okay, okay, we gotta do it like this. He steps back and he just goes, burning red tolerance, queer red, and he blows brightly in bright red lights as his clothes explode off his body and he's left in this bright light as bright red energy just forms on his chest, forms on his arms, forms on his legs, and forms on his feet as the costume appears over his body. And the last thing that happens, red glasses appear on his face as he does this pose as he finishes it up. And it is the most amazing pose he has ever done. This is total opposite of any pose he's ever done on stage. This is like he's putting all of his all into it.
Wow.
Okay, so you can do that too.
Okay. And then Rain is already there. She's seen enough anime and Power Rangers to know how this thing works. So she throws her hand up just like Sailor Moon and then kind of does a full circle and then brings her fist in front of her face and says, Queerz pink, activate. And from a little heart forms on her chest. And it's just like a really nice, beautiful burst of light that just kind of surrounds her whole body as her clothes also just come off. Wait, there's a clothing underneath this, right? There's a cool uniform or something, right?
Yeah,
Is this what
yeah.
happens? She's just not okay, cool. And then that happens and reveals her Queerz pink uniform. She's like, wow. I feel like I've
Right?
been meaning to do that my entire life.
Right? It just feels natural. This is like us just showing off the light that's inside of us to the rest of the world.
I like it.
And you see Bubba just with arms wide open, so much better than Harvey, and kind of like puts both of his hands around Rayne and Harvey, and he like kind of smushes them together, and he yells, "Sun Yellow, Queerz, activate!" And then like he lets go, and like this huge kind of sunshine, big old bubble just goes around him, and it goes right to his belly, and then from there it just kind of like opens up, and then he shows up in uniform.
Oh my gosh.
So precious.
I love this so much. Well,
And Joy just like comes up behind, is voguing into the space as always, and just goes, and with the precision and the dedication, Queerz teal, and just does like a very like 70s like dance power stance.
yeah.
And like it's like everything like on her skin is fizzling and like glittery, and it's got that like noise like if you drop like a Mentos into a Coke, just the
The fizzle, yeah.
fizzle. And then she's got her Queerz teal uniform and is like ready to go.
Beautiful. Mama Jean is clapping. No golf claps for any of these. This is
Full
real
clap.
full hand claps. This is her favorite part.
All right, then lastly, AbFab kind of steps in the forefront, and they raise their hands to the sky, their gloved hands, and some grunge clothing starts to appear, not too dissimilar than Harvey, and absolutely fabulous. Queerz purple, looking marvelous no matter what I wear. And like a splash of purple kind of washes over them, and they wear some really nice dark purples now.
Ooh, I love that. And all of you finish your transformations. There is like in the room just like the slight sound of electricity all around you. If you are like near a generator or a bright burning street light, and you can like hear the sounds of that electricity in the air, that's filling up this dressing room right now, between like all of the glow of all of your powers being activated. And Mama Jean claps one more time and says, whew. See, even just watching it took a lot out of me, but I'm so proud of you. And I just know that you're going to get rid of those really, really, really ignorant people before our show starts, so that we can all make a lot of money and have a lot of fun.
Don't worry, Mama Jean. We'll do our best to get rid of all these protesters, and we'll be back in time just for dinner. Well, I mean, can we order pizza after this? Because I mean, that'd be really cool if we could.
I love pizza.
No olives.
I'll get your specific orders after we do the show.
How do we
But
feel
yeah,
about pineapple on pizza? That's okay, right?
Here it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. Oh yeah, do
Sure.
yourself.
Cool.
yeah.
we're accepting of it all.
Nobody, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. I don't understand. It's just a pizza.
Mhm.
But again, situation, and then I'll order the pizza.
Yes, mama.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cute. Okay. And so she leads you out of the dressing room, and you can see that there's a little commotion even just through the front windows. You see the backs of these people through the windows. They are they're wearing like just some dark blue, like navy blue tracksuits, and that's pretty much it. And they've got some signs in their hands, and are yelling a lot of things. It's hard to hear through the door. And you can see like also past them that some of your like customers are walking away. Maybe they're going to try to come back later, but some of them don't seem like they really want to walk through this, because they are being very loud and very aggressive.
I think Bubba comes lumbering through kind of with the team behind, and he opens up the door, and he's just like, uh, excuse me.
You go back inside. This is not about you.
What is not about me? And then kind of grabs Harvey and puts Harvey like right in front of him.
Wally, you're muted. Wally, you're saying something good.
What do you mean this isn't about us? This is totally about us. You're out here protesting. Wait, what are you protesting, first of all?
Well, we heard that it's pride, and what we're proud of is being and they do this like very like lazy pose where they just kind of outstretch their arms, all in unison, and they say, the uninformed masses.
Are y'all tired? Because I'm feeling tired. What was that?
The act
Well-
was tired.
Oh,
It looked
Finally,
like you
somebody that is not better than Harvey.
I mean, I actually have to agree with him on this one. I was way better than you.
I think we'll have to agree to disagree. No one's coming inside that building tonight.
Well, first of all, everyone is going to be coming inside this building tonight. But second of all, we do not allow your type outside of this building, spreading around hate and intolerance. We are here to defend this building. We are a representation of what this day represents. We represent love, truth, honor, tolerance, and making sure places are safe for everyone to come in and be themselves. We are the seven. What?
Oh, and fashion. Can we get rid of one of those?
Oh,
Replace it with fashion.
Well, yeah, okay. We represent love, tolerance, safe space, and fashion, and looking great while doing it. Because we are the 7 lights of love. We are the Queerz. We are here, and you guys got to get used to it. And I would like to use a move right now. I would like to use desires peace for all, sense of justice, and power up the Queerz.
Okay, so what is that gonna? Well, you know what? Roll it. Add your factors, and then depending on how well you roll, describe what that looks like.
Ooh. I got a 9 of the dice, and
okay, so that's gonna be.
So that is already a 10, 11, a 12.
Okay, so that's a full success. So this goes off exactly how you want it to go. So let me know what that looks like exactly.
What it looks like is after he finishes the whole pose, after he finishes that speech, he then strikes an amazing pose, and he says, tolerance burning like a fiery passion, queer red, and he poses, and out of nowhere a red explosion of red smoke explodes behind him as he strikes a pose, and everyone else just feels empowered that they want to do a pose and just like him.
Yes, very inspiring for all your teammates, and some of the crowd do cheer. You have a couple of people who are officially fans of the Harvey and waiting for those doors to open. They like fall back and put their signs in front of them in a shield, and one comes to the front and says, tolerance, huh? Well, that's what tolerance looks like to you. You just attack us while we're innocently protesting, which is our right, by the way. And they are gonna try to infect some of the other people in the crowd with their ignorance by convincing them that what you did was just so not okay. So this they get no additional tags for, but I did roll an 8. So it's going to work a little bit. And what I'll say is that a couple of people standing by, maybe not people who were about to come into the club, but who just happened to be by in the neighborhood, start kind of like, oh yeah, that wasn't right. That didn't seem good. But then on the other hand, the people who were waiting in line to come in are going to be like emboldened to defend you as well. So they are starting to like echo your sentiments at them. So you have some people echoing on your side now.
Joy would like to use her rainbow blast at the crowd to shed some light on these dark, ignorant hearts and embolden everybody to feel like if they really want to show pride, then they can show pride with us, next to us, because there's room for everybody at the table. There's room for everybody on the dance floor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. And what tags will you add to that?
So the tag that I'm going to add is Rainbow Blast and empowered by my legacy because she wants to carry it on.
Okay.
Right. Oh, okay. I rolled a 4, so that's a 6.
Okay. Okay. And so if I'm not mistaken, 6 is a total fail, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you dictate what happens
right.
that's poor. I don't want to say that
Right.
for you.
Sure. Okay. So she's trying to explain to everyone that there is enough room and that we can all celebrate our own versions of pride in harmony because they aren't competing. But unfortunately, they have their shields up. So a lot of them can't really see her, but then also she is outside and the club lights are on. So she a little reflective right now.
Oh, yeah.
So that made them shield their eyes and get distracted. And so
Sure.
because they were so distracted by the absolute like cacophony of color coming off of her and lights and everything, they kind of don't really hear what she's saying, especially above like the ignorant mumbling of like the crowd.
Yeah.
And so she's basically preaching to a very like disorientated mob that is like covering their eyes. And so she realizes that none of them are listening to her. And so she backs off a little bit to like regroup and also to stand more securely with her group. So she's probably going to go up to like Bubba as well and just be like next to him and be like, well, okay, that didn't work.
They are starting to take a bit of an angry stance, but you all still have whoever has not gone yet has some time to go do anything before they can go again.
As Joy kind of backs up, Bubba steps forward, and I want to talk it out, but use my move, Bring It In, Buddy, and give their leader just like a big, massive hug and be like, honestly, one of our biggest things is compassion. And it doesn't seem like you have very much compassion here. And he wants to ask like, why, like what's going on? And is there anything that he can do to just like talk this out?
Okay. Roll and add any tags that you think apply to that.
Yeah, I'm going to do Big Bear and compassionate.
Perfect.
So that's a 7, and then so that'd be a 9.
Yeah. All right, great. So that is a full success, right? A 9, or is a 9 a partial success? Sorry, partial success. Okay, so sorry. So you kind of pull him in for this bear hug, and you say all of that, and he like softens just for a little bit and says, well, I guess I don't always fit in, and I wouldn't fit in your little club, and no one would like me in there, and I just don't understand why you have to have all the fun and the rest of us have to, wear suits. I don't know. I'm mad.
You can come into the club. We aren't like an actual club. This is Club Ducky, and kind of like points to the club. And especially for Pride is for everyone. You don't have to wear a suit.
And he just like wriggles out of the hug and it's like, I don't like hugs. But
Well, I'm sorry. I should have asked first. However, it looked like you really needed one.
he like takes a step back, but not all the way, and his sign stays down. But he's pondering. Clearly pondering.
Milo,
I
go ahead.
think Rayne wants to like she's checking in and observing everything that's happening, and this will be her first time using her powers. So she's kind of like been like observing what just went down, and she's like looking for a little bit of a high ground. Is there like a trash can or something that she could stand on?
So
There's-
literal high ground.
Yeah. There's so I'll give you a
Bubba
couple.
whips out the chairs out of nowhere and gives
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple options. There
Mhm.
is a like a dumpster that's pretty tall.
Love that.
There's Bubba's chair, which he put down to give that hug just now.
Okay.
You could also, depending on how high you want to go,
Mhm.
you could go back inside. There's like a little overlook, like
Mhm.
upstairs of the bar. There's like a little like balcony area.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are your three closest high spots.
Okay. I think for the sake of time, Rayne's just gonna like just do like a little jump onto the dumpster
Okay.
and be like, "Hey!" And try and get everyone's attention, which I imagine she's like really using her diaphragm. She's just like she's belting that one out.
Sure.
So I would you say that that got people's attention?
Sure.
Okay, so she clears her throat. Hi. Sorry for raising my voice. I know that can be a little bit startling. But listen up. I know what it's like to be new, and I know what it's like to be different and kind of feel like maybe you're left out of some things. But everyone here is welcome, and that's what we've been trying to say. There's no reason to stand outside. You can come on in. There's really good drinks and there's air conditioning, and there's some new friends that I think everyone standing out here could benefit from, because your world gets a lot brighter and a bit more colorful when you open it up to people who are different than you. And you're all welcome. And I think I'm trying to do the inspire someone to love themselves
Okay.
tag.
Yes. Go ahead and roll and add that tag.
I rolled a 10 and then it has a 3 underneath it. Does that add to it, or how does math work?
I believe so. If it has like a 3 highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Then a 13.
So, wow. Ka-chow. You are so inspiring, and you're you get their attention, and as you like are yelling, they kind of turn and put their like protest signs up at you like in a shield. But then you start speaking softly, and like that thing where if you're yelling, like nobody's listening, and as soon as you quiet down, like people have to lean in to hear you, and they're just like, wait, what are we arguing against? And they're like, they put it down and try to lean towards you to hear what you have to say. All the people that had previously been a little like, hey, what are they doing over there, when Harvey had blasted them, they kind of are like, yeah, she's right. And the protesters themselves, the one that had just gotten the hug from Bubba, fully, tosses his protest sign towards the dumpster, and has a little moment and just says, All right. Maybe we could come back another night. We don't have to do this, during Pride. It's bad. That's bad taste.
But if you come back here during Pride, you will see a show that is 10 times better than you would see if you came here on a Tuesday.
Speak for yourself. My shows are good every day of the week.
Well, I say that because I'm not here on Tuesdays.
The other protesters are looking a little hesitant, but they're mostly just like this is what they do. They're trying to convert us and make us like them. And that's what they do. But the one guy, the guy Bubba hugged, is fully like backing away from them and is looking pretty dismayed by what was just happening.
All right, now, kids, gather in closely. Yeah. Put those terrible signs down, rub them, sweatpants together. Come on in. What is about to happen? I'm going to give you all a free sample, just a little taste of what you can expect inside Club Ducky. Now, Club Ducky is just not some little duckling that doesn't know how to fly. We know how to soar, and we rain feathers down upon the crowd that make you all want to scream for us. And AbFab is going to... Okay, I have such a silly question, and I feel like this is just... Okay, what is my signature move, and what does the word ars gratis artis mean?
Fantastic questions.
Does anybody speak Latin?
I do not.
I did. It means art for art's sake. But I also looked it up to make sure because I did not want to say, yeah, I took Latin and then say the wrong thing, but it does mean art.
That would have been very funny though. That would have been
that would have been 9. Actually, no, that would have been 12 years of training down the drain. Years of academy training wasted.
Oh goodness. Well, thank you so much for that formal education. Yeah, so with that speech, because art for art's sake, AbFab will take off their hat, and from like piled into like the dome of the hat is like this silver glitter hair that is going to cascade down. And it's just a small sample of what the crowd can expect for inside the show.
A couple of people like in the street are like waving dollars and like,
take our
money. Just from the hair reveal. That's all it took. Okay, so yeah, roll that out for that little your performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna tack on a Q Factor sparkle wig, excuse me.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sure. And eleganza extravaganza.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh god, I'm really nervous. You've had like one failed roll. 6 + 2, 8. Could have been worse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so that's going to be a mixed success. Mm-hmm. So again, I'm going to say what happens now is that, and I think you're the last one to make a move, right? So what happens now is 2 out of the 3 remaining protesters here kind of like follow along, and like when your hair gets revealed, they're just like, whoa. And like kind of nudge each other, and you hear like one say to the other, like, I mean, it's like, it's like art, kind of, right? It's just it's not different than any other art, I guess. It's just, I guess, we're just not used to it, maybe. I don't know. I kind of don't think we should do this anymore. And they kind of start to get a little nervous and like, well, why don't we just watch the rest of the show? And like, maybe we're totally right. Maybe they're awful people, and we'll see in the show. But if not, then I don't know. It could be fun. The music's kind of good. And they start to like talk each other down after that. On the flip side, though, the last remaining protester is enraged, like, and turns to the crowd and it's just like, don't you see what they're doing? They just lure everybody in with their big colors and their talk about love and acceptance and their music with the good beats and things, and they suck you in and they change you, and it's not right. And he is going to try to at this point, Mama J has started to peer out from the balcony above just to make sure things are going okay. And he is going to take his sign and he's gonna wag it directly up at her, and a beam of the most bluish blue color and the most pinkish pink color are going to shoot directly out of the top of the post at Mama J. And he's going to yell, just pick a thing and be that thing. And he's going to try to hit her with the binary beam.
Boo. That's a great pun, but oh man.
Thanks, I hate it.
I hate it, but oh man, that's such a good enemy move.
I know, it is good. Oh my god, I'm so anxious about my own roll. Okay, so it's gonna be a 7, and so it's gonna be a mixed success. You see, like, for a second, and Mama J, you've, with the exception of Rayne and Harvey, who have gotten to know her very recently, all of you have known her to be the most unapologetic. There has been she hasn't seen shame in years. It got lost in her wig collection, she says. And you see her like kind of put down her drink for a moment, and her mannerisms just change just slightly, and you can see that suddenly maybe doesn't feel as comfortable and will back inside the building.
Was
that
our mama? No.
You attacked Mama.
So?
Do you know what you did?
Like kicking a puppy. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that to a wonderful woman like her?
Well, did you see the way her face kind of moved?
Did you see her? She frowned.
I haven't seen an expression on Mama J's face in like 8 years.
I didn't think it was possible. I have goosebumps. Look at these chills.
And Harvey would like to walk right up to that person, because like they're a little kid. They like just stomp right up to that person and they jab their finger at their chest. And it's like, you just made an innocent, sweet lady cry. And you feel fine about that. You should not feel fine about that at all. Just because you think that what we do is wrong. First of all, what we do is fantastic. We're amazing. Everything we do is just a wonderful light we bring into the world. And you're trying to dull that light. And that's not cool. And in the process of it, you made a wonderful, sweet old lady. Don't tell her I said old. Sweet lady cry. And I hope you feel bad about it. And I would like to use where is it? I would like to use sense of justice.
Okay.
Along with Rainbow Blast to try to pretty much hit them with this energy of empathy, so they can understand what they just did.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it out and add your tax.
Also, I like to think, because this is like big thing he's doing. I would like to add the weakness tag though. Needs time to build up.
Okay. Yeah. You're acting on an impulse right now.
Yeah,
You're upset.
He's acting on an impulse.
Mhm.
He's very upset.
Yeah.
So he's just building up the energy for this attack. So
Go for it.
that is going to be, it's a 6.
Okay. So you're upset. You're not, you didn't think this through. You're so mad and sad and confused by what happened. And you're just jamming your finger into his chest, and he's just like, I don't know her. Also, she didn't look that old. She didn't cry. She just, like, to you, she had a very strange reaction. But to anybody on the outside who does not know her, she just walked inside. Like, it didn't seem like he really succeeded in anything that drastic to him. So he's just like not understanding this reaction. I will say though that the crowd who was already on your side are extremely worked up, and they start to, just because he's the only one left, they start to push past him to go into the club anyway. The doorman wasn't even stationed, but they're just putting money on the on the bar. Okay, yeah, we've been here. We know what the cover is. And they start walking past, like a couple of them are just like, go home, or like say a couple of little offhanded comments to him. And he just looks a little confused, and if anything, like just still flustered and annoyed.
Like right now, Harvey looks like the equivalent of a puppy that's really upset. So someone please hold this young boy back.
Joy comes up and like puts like a hand on like Harvey's shoulder, gives him like a nice little like reassuring squeeze, and tries. I want to go for the tag and the action teachable moment.
Okay.
That I have from being a dance school instructor. And sometimes, when you deal with youth or you deal with kids, they don't immediately understand. But then, as upset as we know Mama was, other people can't see it, but it is very clear from what I'm hearing that Harvey is really upset. And it's like very visible. And it's like, well, even if you don't think that you hurt someone that we know very well, it upset us too. Because when one of us is hurting, all of us are hurting. And she's trying to talk it out. And I would use the tags, a flexible mind and a teaching opportunity.
Beautiful.
Please, dice, don't mess with me this time, please. Just...
More failures. You got this.
Okay, I got a 10, and then I have those 2 tags to 12.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So not only does this kind of help Harvey to calm his emotions, Harvey, you start to feel like, okay, I let my emotions take over. You kind of have that realization, and you're able to take a breath and kind of get your levels back. But also just witnessing that like moment of friendship and leveled reaction, that you were not meeting him at his anger level, which is what he wants from this whole encounter. He wants people to get angry and prove him right, that everybody is awful, but you didn't. And that has disrupted his worldview. And he is going to cross his arms and tilt down his protest sign. Fine. Just sorry. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. Well, I did. I meant to hurt her feelings, but I didn't mean to make her sad. I don't like this show. Like, I don't like this place.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, why don't you like it?
I don't get it.
Well, you could just ask us about it. We're happy to explain stuff to people. We have a bunch of newbies.
Also,
He
I don't
used to
get
be
your
new.
passion, and that's okay. But we accept newbies, like Joy said.
I don't know. And he just kind of like is looking into the door. You notice that the place is filling up. People are ordering their drinks. They're huddled around the stage. They are getting excited and chatting each other up. And 3 of the former protesters have nervously picked seats in the back, cautiously, in case they need to go, in case anything too scary happens. But they're there and they're curious. And you see them kind of like tapping at each other and like pointing out like different things that they're seeing and different stylistic choices among the crowd. This is a very overwhelmingly queer club environment, meaning you've got like a lot of like butch lesbians and like leather daddies here, and you've got a lot of different types of non-binary fashions kind of strewn about the crowd. You have a lot of different styles here, just like what's represented on the stage here. So it's not your average or not any old mundane drag club here. And they're kind of taking it all in, and you can see that, and you've seen that look in people before. This one guy is kind of hovering by the door. He's like, I don't know. I didn't. I'm done protesting for today. You can.
You want to come in? Drinks on you.
And at this point, Mama J comes back down. Mama J's makeup has been touched up. It's freshened. It's looking good. And she kind of comes over and says, that is so sweet of you, Abfab, and exactly what I expect from you, all of you, all the time. However, young man, we welcome absolutely everyone in this club until you try to hurt one of us. And at that point, it's okay for us to say that you can't come in tonight. You do some work on, and she will actually take her glasses, lift them up into the sky, and she swirls around in a kind of a deep, it's almost like a glittery black that swirls around her as she kind of flutters back down, and she goes from wearing this little marmy outfit to leather vest, boobies not contained, but leather vest just barely covering them up, kind of like leather cuffs on the wrists, and an old ball chain necklace, one of the old ones, the chonky ones, and her glasses come back down around her face with a thick black rim instead of like decorative and fancy. Lowers them to her nose and says, you need to work on all of this before you can come back. And if you do, then you can come back. And she puts her glasses back up onto the bridge of her nose and walks back in and says, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. Anyway, I'll go change. You all get ready for your show, please.
Harvey just looks
Places.
in awe that he saw that. He's like,
Got to see an icon. Never forget that.
Amazing when she did that transformation.
Oh my god, and the necklace. It was really cool.
Or when I grow up.
And you all perform your show exactly as you did in rehearsal. It gets standing ovations for every single act. A few tears shed for Bubba's song. And by the time Ab Fab goes on, there is not a dollar left. Everybody is just screaming and hollering. And Mama J does signal for you all to do your kettle call around. And I just want everybody to roll, add whatever tags you like to see. I just want to see how much are we milking this crowd for.
Well, I rolled a 7 plus money honey and plus I think plus let's get physical because the energy from the stage is translating off.
Yep.
And of course, like she is sticking close to Harvey to make sure that he feels safe and comfortable. So we got a 7, an 8, and a 9. We got a 9.
Perfect. We'll piggyback off that with Harvey.
I got I rolled a 5 and 6 on the dice, so it's 11.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to add in the tags natural sidekick because they're working with Joy.
Very good. Yeah.
And also I would like to add in observant because also he's watching Joy what they're doing and pretty much mimicking him, like try to like do the same thing they're doing so they try to get in more money. But I would like to add in the weakness tag, easily overwhelmed. So like he's nailing it, but every now and then he stumbles and he stutters over his words. And there's one point where someone asks him, what like asks him like what's everyone gathering tips for? He like just looks like a deer in headlights. He's like, give us $1 and it's to say thank you for the show, and there's a raffle, and if you win the raffle, you're like looking around for Joy, like if you win the raffle, you get a cake, you get a cake at the bakery.
So I mean, a couple of guys are just like, a cake, like,
It's a really good cake.
I mean, well, just to roll. What did you roll?
Well, because I got an 11 on the dice, but it brought it down to a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So one person does tip you, and she then after she tips you goes up to the bar and starts asking about these raffle tickets that she's supposed to be getting. But they did tip you. But now Mama J may have to buy a cake. So we'll see. What about Bubba? How does Bubba do?
Bubba rolled an 8, and again, he's just feeling super confident in the new dress that AbFab had made for him. So I'm going to add lumberjack suspenders because it's all fashionably lumberjack to fit the mood.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a tag called break through anything. So I think he's going to go through the middle. He sees the rest of the team kind of just going around the perimeter. So he's going to go through the middle and like give everybody hugs and collecting money. So I'll add in the big bear as well. So that brings it up to an 11.
Nice. Getting so many dollars. Rayne?
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
And then can I add the sense of showmanship to that?
Yeah, of course.
So that brings it up to a 10.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. You carry your energy off stage that you had on stage. But also who at a club does not love the new person? So there's also some good vibes that people are just like half welcoming you, half are just like enamored. They want to know more about you and they're just spending their money. And then I think we're just down to Ab Fab.
Yeah. So whatever tables that Rayne isn't hitting, AbFab is going to kind of stock over to. So I'm going to add the positive fanography. They've got their fan and they're kind of like, it's hot on stage, you know? Not only does the fan look good, but also it's good to cool yourself down. But I'm gonna add the weakness tag of mean girl because AbFab's had a long day of just reading folks left and right.
Yeah.
And it's dark, you can't really see the people. So she's just kind of like cutthroat, and it's not great because like it's people are interpreting him to be a little bit too mean. So with yeah, that counts at 7.
A 7. Okay, so you do pull some tips, but some people are just like, do you want this? Do you and having like a contact social anxiety from whatever vibe you're putting out, so they're not sure. So you lose a few, but you do get some. Ultimately, at the end of the night, most importantly, the protesters have emptied their wallets. They have not a penny.
Yes.
And the money flew. The show was a hit. The cameras caught the entire thing. And because the cameras caught this whole thing, the headline of the culture section of the paper tomorrow reads that local queer club softens the hearts of angry protesters, wins them over. And it's a beautiful little fluff piece that has all of your pictures in it and Mama J, and is a good advertisement for the club and for all of you. And you had a very successful show. Before the club closes for the night and we say our goodbyes, does anybody else want to say or do anything?
Well, as they all relax together, and I'm assuming are enjoying that pizza
Oh yeah.
that we mentioned in the empty club, maybe like all like maybe like everybody's comfy like on the stage, just like laying down like you do after a show.
Yep.
You know, half the rhinestones have come off at this point, and you know, to eat also to move your face. And everybody's just in that like post-show glow and like basking in it. Joy is just looking around and is like nudges like the pizza slice with like Rayne's pizza slice, like holds it up to toast. And was like, to your excellent first night.
And then Rayne's gonna cheers the pizza toasted back. Be like, wow, it was pretty excellent. And then Rayne's gonna take a bite of the pizza, like how the Ninja Turtles do, and it's just gonna be super cheesy.
Yeah,
Make
the
everyone extra
cheese
hungry.
like
Yeah.
cartoony, looks so
Yeah.
good. It like drips down and doesn't fall off. Like it's good.
Harvey, being a typical kid, has stacked 3 slices on top of each other and is taking a bite out of one. One slice is olive, one slice is pineapple, and one slice is plain. Stacks on top of each other. And he's like, "Yeah, you did really great. It was a great first show for you." And just
And Bubba's with a full mouth, just eating the pizza like a whole sandwich, just like the whole pizza. It's just like Rayne was still better, and just like chomping it down.
Yes. And then AbFab with like they're the weirdo that only eats the toppings on the pizza.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I knew one of us was that person.
There was somebody, you know, I don't get it. I think everybody tonight was absolutely fabulous.
He leans over to Rayne and says, "They really like to work that in at least once in every conversation."
Okay.
And with that, I think we will come to a close on Queerz for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for a fantastic game. That was so much fun. Please, the Kickstarter is going around in the chat. If you just type Queerz in on Kickstarter too afterwards, you can definitely find it. It comes right up. We are still live for another 13 days. Lots of stretch goals to unlock. Very, very exciting stuff. And please let me hear where to find this amazing cast in your other upcoming things, because you're all amazing and we should all be basking in your glory outside of this. Let's go the opposite way this time with Meghan.
Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/strawberry17plays or strawberry17 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm usually live Monday through Friday if I'm not away filming. But this Saturday I'm doing Radiant Radio, which is like a comic book show where we talk about the latest issue of Radiant Black, and it's the final feature of the comic I've done with my friend or with my friends called The Unleashed. It started off as a TTRPG on Twitch, and it's in comic book form. So it's this next issue, and Radiant Radio is like kind of a big one. So we'd love for people to come by and check it out. It'll be at 5:00 on Saturday on my Twitch channel.
Wonderful. Yes, please check that out. That sounds amazing. Wally.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally. You can catch me over on Twitter at WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot, where you just find me talking about my random thoughts and brain stuffs and just spitting out there into the world. You can find me Monday over at Infinite RP playing some Flames of Freedom, which is a Zweihander based game that takes place in 1776. We are in our final episode. It's our season finale. Check us out. We are about to fight some cultists and save Boston. So there's that. Tuesday over at Super Dylan's channel, playing once again another episode of a fantastic TTRPG. It takes place in the Armory Wars setting, done by the Code and Cambria music. It's the last TTRPG I expect to play, a rock opera TTRPG, but here I am. It's fantastic and I love it. Super Dylan's a fantastic DM and has been leading us through a wonderful story. And then next week you can find me back here playing the second part of this Queerz game, which is going to be fun. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see what happens next time. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Excellent. Joy.
Right. So I am Brandy Rose. Usually you guys can catch me on DBH. I already have another stream here on Friends Who Roll Dice where I was a guest. You can catch me on several Utopia streams and on more to come that I will both be in facilitating and producing. But beyond the streams, you guys can actually catch me talking about Queerz, which is actually one of my writing credits. I'm one of the contributing writers for Queerz, so keep pushing us to the stretch goals so that I can start talking to you guys about the adventures and the villains that I designed.
I didn't know that. That's so cool.
That's so
Congratulations.
awesome.
Thank you. I'm super excited. I also have my own game that I've designed because I'm also an indie game developer. I wear many hats. So on cutestpatoot.itch.io, you can find that. All of my links are on my link tree on Twitch, and I will be talking about Queerz with amazing creator Amit Moshe on my new podcast, which is called Eat Crit and starts to air everywhere you can find them, but definitely on Spotify, October 1st. Eat Crit airs twice a week, so you can hear an interview with somebody in the industry once a week. And then another time you'll get to hear me highlight and review and quick run solo, which means I facilitate and play every character that I come up with. Indie games specifically designed by people of color, all that you can find on Itch as well. And then I also have several other shows, including Cringe Warning, which also comes back the first week of October, where you can hear me talk all things anime, geeky, and nerdy with industry professionals and passionate hobbyists, all things anime, especially. Even like, for example, in the chat, we have Sailor Scott Austin, who was also one of my guests. So yeah, you can catch me there. And all of these things and more are always going to be updated on my Twitter first, which is at the Brandy Rose. It also has my link tree in it, so you guys can follow everything that I do, or anything that I do. And yeah, I will continue to wear many hats, and I hope to see you there.
Wonderful, wonderful. B.
Hello, hello. I've been your non-binary busy bee. Busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster. I'm the host of Anime Attaché, a player on the Power Play RPG. I'm also a player in Puppet Strings, which is an Iron Edda Reforged podcast. Danny and I are also going to be in the streamed version of that show. It's currently on Kickstarter, so it's absolutely worth checking out. I don't honestly know what shows I'm doing. I just kind of wait for my calendar to remind me, and then I put on a face in 15 minutes and show up. So follow me online to figure what it is I'm streaming and figure it out with me.
Yes. Very, very valid way to manage your schedule. I really agree. And Danny.
Yeah, much like B, you can just follow me on Twitter for all the amazing happenings between board gaming and tabletop RPGs. You can follow me at Brutal Dan, and that's through Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. And yeah, follow my TikTok. It's just a place where I try to generate positive energy. And Margaret Cho just started following me on TikTok.
I died 1,000 deaths when I saw that.
Queer icon. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. So follow Danny on TikTok, please. And everywhere else. I am Diana. I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. I am a tabletop RPG designer, entertainer, streamer, and other stuff, I guess. If you go to my website, you could find everything. You could find my podcast, Femsplained, where we talk about nerd stuff in a space where nobody can quiz us. And you can find my games, including a setting of 5th edition D&D in Neverland from Peter Pan. There are other things. They're all over there. And like Wally said, you could find me on Tuesdays GMing a game in the Cortex system set in the fictional world created by Coheed and Cambria as told through their music, comics, and novels. And if you follow me on Twitter, sometimes you will also hear me yell about the state of healthcare because I work in a hospital and I sometimes want to cry all the time. So please stay safe out there. Continue to be safe and be good to each other and wear your masks and get vaccinated and tell people you love them. And that's all I got to say about that. And I think that we will just end here and I'll see you next week for our second part.
Yes, thank you so much for this amazing first part of Queerz. Reminder, I'll put it in the chat one more time. If you want to back this amazing Kickstarter and if you liked what you see, we have that link right there. Go check it out. I also just want to let everyone know that some people have already mentioned it. We'll have the second part next week once again on October 6th at 7 p.m. start time. Join us one more time. And we also have our final charity stream for BIPOC Vamp Jam Fear Itself, which is being run this coming Friday, October 1st, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to help raise money for charity water, please stop by and everybody have a lovely, lovely evening.
You too. Thank you so much for all of the back end things that you did, Mer.
You are welcome. Good night, everybody.
Bye.